Hello everyone. I thought I'd do a short reading for Halloweenish times. I'm not sure if it's going to go out on Halloween or if I just put it out now. But this is a story from Doctor Who 1001 Nights in Time and Space by me and Steve Cole. I'm going to read from a story based on the Daemons, one of my very favourite Doctor Who stories. And this is from the point of view of one of the villagers who live in Devil's End in 1972. I'll begin halfway through, you'll pick it up. We were told that the vicar would call upon the devil 3 times, and on the 3rd call, Beelzebub himself would come. The horned one would manifest himself in person, and then all our dreams would come true. There would be hell on earth indeed. By this point, we were all very frightened. We kept our children and pets indoors. We hurried out to the village's few small shops and stockpiled the necessities, clearing their shelves of spam and sliced bread and toilet rolls within minutes. What was to become of us, living in this malign autocracy of the vicar's making? I remember when giant hoof marks appeared in the soft earth of the fields by the village. The devil had ridden out. Under cover of darkness, he was circling our dwellings, and soon he would be here. Our only hope lay with the slumbering wizard, we realized. We saw that we had gone too far. Seduced by the flashy, amoral magic of the suave Mr. Magister. We'd pictured untold riches and pleasures, unbound, when he told us all about the demon, Azal. What dupes we were, what idiots. We should have known it would never end well. During a sudden roasting heatwave, Qui Quai Quad, the wizard, leapt back to life and took stock of the dreadful situation. He made his base in the village pub. There's an illustration. He ate cheese sandwiches hastily provided by the landlord's wife and drank sherry as he considered the options. He was joined by his loyal familiar, Jo, and the worried white witch, Miss Hawthorne. Yes, she was fretting, but she was also quite jubilant. Hadn't she warned everybody in advance? Hadn't she predicted this apocalyptic palaver? Sorry about the cough. She brought all her most splendid books of magical lore to the pub. She unloaded weighty tomes and grimoires onto the tables for the great wizard to peruse. He turned the yellow pages thoughtfully, sipping his fortified wine. Sparkling dust sent up into the air, floated around them and made Jo sneeze. Magic, the White Witch cried, barely restraining her excitement. Science, Miss Hawthorne, the great wizard, insisted. We shall defeat this enemy with rationality and logic. But the faces in the books, these horned gods and monsters, weren't they the beasts that had appeared already in the village? Didn't enchanted beings walk amongst us? Monsters and demons, cried Miss Hawthorne. Aliens, the wizard insisted. Poppycock, she cried, there's no such thing. Now who's talking fanciful rot? The wizard's friend Jo had to step in here, gently putting her right. Oh, but it's true, Miss Hawthorne. I myself have been out into outer space with the doctor here, travelling through time as well. I've met all kinds of aliens in my adventures with him. The universe is a vast place and very populous. The White Witch stared at them as if she thought they were the mad ones here, and there was a flaring of wild hope in her heart. Could it all be true? Could the wizard Quai Qui Quad offer her a glimpse of wonderful, crazy worlds she had only ever dreamed of? While we're on the subject, said the kindly wizard, your satanic vicar is an alien too. Oh, now you go too far, chortled the witch. I assure you, madam, that your reverend is an alien, as I am. I know him as the master. We grew up together many millions of light years from here, in another galaxy and another time. An awkward feeling settled across the lounge of the public bar as the cosmic weight of the wizard's words made themselves felt. Jo's heart must have ached for her dear friend. Of course, only she and that small company could know that how he longed to journey among the stars once more, and how frustrated he was that he must bide his time here on earth. The hours of our incarceration under the heat dome dragged on, and dusk fell over the village. Miss Hawthorne looked at the doctor with questioning eyes. He alarmed her, though she was excited by his ideas and his strange words. "I hardly know whether to believe you or not. The master and I have known each other all our lives," he said softly, with infinite regret in his voice. "I could tell you a tale or two about the things he has got up to in his endless quest for power and self-gratification." "You almost sound as if you admire him," Miss Hawthorne said. "Why, of course I do," said the Time Lord. "Now, listen to this." Lightning crackled and thunder rumbled under the deadly dome above the village. Trapped with us beneath the storm, the wizard told his tale. He reached back into his memories and spoke of the untempered schism, something he had blanked from his mind many years ago. When Gallifreyans were young and destined for the Academy, they underwent a series of challenges. Paramount of these was a desert ritual in the dead of night. Novices were forced to stare into a sizzling fissure in the very fabric of the universe itself. Only a howling, chaotic wilderness could be glimpsed, a weird region where time and space are one. And only a handful of children can look into that vortex with equanimity. Most look away. Many panic at the sight. The child who would grow up to be the Reverend Mr. Magister went stark, staring mad. "Oh dear," said Miss Hawthorne, compassion in her heart, even after all the fuss he had caused. Jo was moved too. The poor master. "I was there that night," said the wizard softly. "I underwent my own trial in order to determine whether I had the wherewithal to become a Time Lord. I passed my own test with flying colours, whereas my friend, he was curled into a sobbing ball. He was gibbering, couldn't say a single sensible word, driven out of his mind by the sight of the untempered schism." And that's why he's like he is now?" asked the wizard's familiar. "Well, it took him some time to recover his wits, and he was never the same again. Said he heard an infernal drumbeat in his head all the time. Imagine that. He felt driven to prove himself, to become a Lord of Time despite his reaction to the initiation. He lied and cheated his way into the Academy. To my shame, I must admit, I helped my friend in his subterfuges." The wizard fell silent in the dark bar, sipping his sherry. He'd been transported back to those early days. He skirted round the worst events of those years at the Academy, the terrible things that were done, the tale of the president's wife, how they stole the moon together, and what became of the Rani. "Stories for another day," he suggested. The wizard sighed. "I thought he was lost in the past. I thought I'd never see him again, but he is back in my life, and he hates me now. That's very plain to see. He is more bitter and subsumed by hatred than ever. He followed me to this planet in this time period, and for these past couple of years he has made my life hell on earth." Jo piped up. "It all started that very first day I began my job at UNIT, didn't it?" "It did indeed, Jo. The master enmeshed you in his nefarious plans from day one. He's a planner, you see. I, on the other hand, fly everywhere by the proverbial seat of my pants. I am known galaxy-wide for my brilliant improvisations. The master likes to have a plan A and a plan B, and probably plans right through the rest of the alphabet. I wouldn't be surprised if even now he's not already thinking ahead to his next dreadful master plan, and then the one after that. He can be quite relentless." Indeed, we know that even as the doctor said this, the master was already in his diabolical crypt to check upon proceedings. Tonight was the night Azal would make his third and final appearance, and in doing so take over the entire world. The master had to be ready, and there really was no rest for the wicked. Relentless isn't the half of it, said Joe. He's manipulated people and plastic and golden aliens and a mind parasite and children of destiny. And that's just on Earth. We even encountered him on an alien planet where he was stirring things up for the colonists. That's exactly what he does, the wizard agreed, rubbing his neck tiredly. He stirs up trouble, and right here, right now, he's found the worst kind of trouble yet. Lying asleep under the crust of the earth, the demons are his most formidable discovery to date. He's woken something with the capacity to destroy the whole planet, just because they're disappointed at the way humankind evolved in their experiments. The White Witch felt very dismayed and out of her depth on hearing all of this complicated cosmic stuff. Why would he want to destroy the Earth? What's the point? The wizard laughed bitterly. That's rather straightforward. You see, he knows that I rather like it here, even if I'm in exile. He's just being spiteful, trying to get my attention. He rose from the table, stretched his lanky legs, and threw on his black cloak full of stars. Well, I suppose I'd better go and vanquish him. Evil always needs to be vanquished in tales like these. I leave it there, I think, and leave you to read the climax of the story and the calling of Azal the demon for yourselves in this book, 1001 Nights in Time and Space. Okay, goodbye everyone, and I'll see you again quite soon.